Welcome back to the Unfiltered podcast and a very special episode of the Unfiltered podcast. And before we get to it, as always, my name is the Keb.
I'm Jay Jones. What's up, fuckers?
St. Joe and Daisy.
And
I'm the Beeb. Yeah, baby.
And we want to welcome the Beebs back, as well as welcome you into a very, very special episode. We are celebrating our first anniversary this week. 1 year ago, Beebs and I started this shit show that, look what it turned into, a larger, more listened to shit show. And but tonight we're going to talk about what some of our favorite moments are from the past year. And we have some very special guests that are returning for a few minutes of nonsense. And of course, we will have a very special edition of Stupid Tweet of the Week.
He's probably been storing them for a year. I've got 26 tweets, guys. I'm gonna have to read all of them.
142. So to start things off, I'd like to kick it over to Jay here before our first guest arrives, because Jay, since you were a longtime listener before joining the program,
yep,
I think I am very interested in what your favorite moment of the past year is.
That's awesome, because I was a longtime listener and I still love the show and I still super happy to be part of it. So I actually went back, because before I was on the show, and so I got an audio clip that I made, and I'm just going to play it for you guys.
Oh, gosh.
The Two Penny Podcast. Up and coming podcast on the rise.
Well, he's not even up and coming. He was in the top 7, wasn't he?
Yeah. I mean, the algorithm is helping.
Yeah.
And, but it's Beeb's buddy Jay, which is good. And steals all of our ideas. So what you heard here, you'll hear again on Friday. Wow! He can't come up with a podcast of his own, so that's good. But
hey, Jay, that's St. Joe UNF pod.
Shots fired across
it's all
the
good.
bow.
It's all good.
Dude. I talk shit. I let something slip. I didn't even know that I said it, but it might have been like a fourth disparaging towards him, because I can't even remember what I said. I said his sorry ass or something like that. Dude, motherfucker texts me next motherfucking day. He's like, my sorry ass, like that. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah. No, so I'm sorry, Jay.
You're gonna get hit up big time.
Well, you won't hear about pastafarism. You'll hear about Rastafariism. So it's not that far close. So something like that. And, you'll hear, things that won't annoy Jay, but you'll hear things that Jay likes. And then you'll hear about whale dicks, because he can't get off of that because he loves whale dicks again. So something like that. And then, something
gosh,
about,
dude. I can hear it. Yeah. What's your problem, St. Joe? What's your problem, man?
Dude, I so want you to be his next guest. Mano a mano.
Yep. You're going to have
That's must-listen podcasting right there.
Let me see if you can send me a picture of your boob. Why don't you send me a picture of your left ball, because I can tell you which one that is too. So yeah. But wait, I just gave him like 30 minutes of content right there, and then did you hear about the flatworm that fucked another flatworm? Oh, geez, let me listen to this and. I'm gonna fart in a jar and sell this. Jeez,
dude.
I thought that was a pretty good story,
dude. If I were him, I would listen to this segment again and write all that shit down and do it like verbatim in the fucking order.
Yeah.
That
was the last
episode. And then at the end it'd be like, oh, and this is brought to you by St. Joe. And then,
that was last week's episode. So that was a quick recap. If you haven't listened to it, listen to last week's episode, because I just gave you like the whole episode in 30 seconds. Wait, I'll rewind it for you. Farts in a jar, flatworms fucking each other, whale dicks, same shit that we just talked about. So, show me a picture of your boobs, and this week I want a picture of your left ball, and then here we go. By the way, Mama D, I love you. Pedals of sport. Circle jerk. Oh my God. The show really I love you, buddy. Much, has it? So anyway, back to the
St.
Spotlight
Joe,
Cartel.
you are such a dick, man. Oh my god.
What an asshole. My God. I can't believe that, dude. Oh my God. Man, he's going to
Jim Gaffigan's out there like, why didn't he stop talking?
He's going to light me up.
And that is my favorite moment from
that was awesome.
The first year of the Unfiltered podcast.
That was awesome.
It was your
I'm crying right. I'm crying right now.
Oh,
that was
what's funny is that Beebs was laughing more than anybody during the entire fucking thing.
Dude,
so good.
I forgot how funny that was.
That's the way to start the show right there, fellas.
That was awesome.
Boy, we can't follow that, can we?
Well, guess what, Beebs? You're going to have to follow that.
Oh,
because for a few minutes here before our first mystery guest, we want to know what your favorite moment of the last year was from the Unfiltered podcast. If you can have just one.
Just one?
No.
How about one for each of you?
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that.
My favorite moment with the Keb when we first started was the Epic of Dong Dong.
Nice.
Very good.
It might have run several episodes, but I will never forget the silver medalists in the Olympics in trampoline.
But just so everybody remembers, is that Beebs sent me a text saying, "Hey, are you watching figure skating?" and I sent him back a text to, "Do I strike you as somebody that watches figure skating?" And he was like, he triple Sal cow or something like that. And that was actually
camel toe.
Triple Sal camel toe.
Yeah.
And that's actually in the episode The Legend of Five Dragons, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You know, and but Dong Dong was way before that. I just remember Roger Wright going, "I'm a lover of the Dong Dong."
All right, my favorite moment with St. Joe after he joined us was his coming out party, like somewhere in late December, early January, where he what did he say? He said, "Ouch."
It was in the episode Ebenezer St. Joseph
that's
in
right.
Mexico.
In Mexico, that's right. And
I was trying to do a god honest fucking Christmas list. You know, I love my lists. And I was trying to do this damn list. And it fucking went so sideways.
Sideways is the right term.
And we could not keep our shit together. There's an easy 5 minutes where it's nothing but laughter.
Yep.
You know,
I don't know if it went sideways or up and down.
Right. Actually had a couple moments with St. Joe because did you say Will's coxswain? Is my favorite line from him. And I've been telling a joke all week to some people. We had our discussion about Girl Scout cookies. And he said, "Oh, I just got done eating a brownie. I mean, cookie." Cookie. Yeah. So anyway, St. Joe's coming out party. We laughed that entire episode.
Dude.
And it was, and I didn't know this until later, Scott, but Keb was telling me when he went to go edit the episode, he was going to try and edit out the laughter. And when he listened back through it, he decided, nope, that's staying in there.
You couldn't. It was just like it builds and builds and builds. And I don't know if you guys agree with me. I know, Jay, you do, that Beebs has such a contagious laughter. You know, that
Yes.
that's almost what's funny. And not to go back, if you go back to like that or The Legend of Five Dragons, to where there's like a pause. And because, I mean, it's just silence in the Roger Wright interview, and Beebs starts laughing and everybody fucking loses. You know, I can't
help myself. But my favorite moment with Jay is actually not even on this podcast. However, it was mentioned during that first little spotlight that he did. My favorite was when I was on his show on the Two Penny and we talked about whale dicks. That was my favorite moment with Jay. And also, our little chat about the Brazilian or the Manzillion. That was good.
Brazilianaires Club.
Yeah, the Brazilianaires Club was a good episode. The last thing that we talked about, maybe all together, well, maybe it was just me, St. Joe, and Keb on this one, but I always loved our discussions on midgets.
Oh yeah,
they were my favorites.
Yeah, they're magical.
They are, and there's just something about them that makes me laugh. So I don't know why. There's nothing.
Did you say a little hammer?
Did you what? Because they're short fucking people that aren't allowed to fucking get on Space Mountain.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. That's great. I love it. They're not tall enough.
Yeah. St. Joe knows.
I also loved our discussion about how.
No, you're done. That was it. There was only 3. No, there's a time limit. TikTok.
All right. Well, I okay.
All right. It's like beating a dead horse.
Okay. Well, why don't you beat the dead horse then, dickhead?
I'm kidding. All right. I kid because I can.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
This is the best part of all. Kev, I'm going to give you one chance, and I'm going to bring it back because it's by far one of my favorite moments of the show. And I don't care who it offends, and I don't care who it is. But it's my loudest. It's the best part.
Wait. Was this the part where you text me? Where you text me and you're like, I almost wrecked off of the side of the road? Was that it?
Yes. So it's the best part of old angry Kev and politically incorrect Kev.
Because I'm politically correct now.
No, but we banned him from saying a word. And it was by far one of my favorite parts of the show, and I forget what he was talking about, but maybe we can have him reprise it.
I don't want to get something thrown at me. He was back in that episode that you discussed. I used to record when I was in the house alone.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just say the word rhymes with maggot, and he would yell it into the microphone, and it was a lot of midget talk, a lot of maggot talk, but it was very funny. And if you listen to the earlier episodes, you can see it, and it was just the timing of it was very, very good. So that was a classic Kev moment. I like that. I do think that a lot of my favorite moments revolve around the top 5 list. I like that Jay has brought that back with his little segments. I think that those were great. Enjoyed a little bit of the get to know everybody with the top 5s for sure. I think Jay's last week was great because it just shows you the difference of everybody. So the top 5s are really good. And yeah, I mean, I got to echo Beebs. The story that will live in infamy, I think, for me will always be and have a soft spot in my heart is going to be the time that Martika and I appeared with Uncle Jaime and came into the show. I think that's probably one of my fondest memories.
What did she say?
Arriba, arriba. Ande.
Ouch.
Feliz Navidad. I think that's probably the best episode for me by far.
I think real quick we got a couple minutes here real quick. Beebs, I think my favorite part with you was the very first conversation that we had, and it kind of set the tone to where I started getting on my Catholic shit, and then you're just like, and you said something to me and about, what fucking conspiracy is there? And I'm like, well, they have to apologize for the conspiracy. And you said a very great word. You're like, why? And I'm like, because every time I fucking tell somebody I'm Swedish, I have to explain why it's so fucking hard to put a goddamn chest of drawers together from IKEA,
Whatever do you mean? Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice, Jay. Yeah, that's great.
We're not live on YouTube. But,
yeah, please put that on Twitter.
Yeah. So it's already been So
It's
what
been
you
here
didn't see
before.
there, what you didn't see there, listener, was a me in a Pope hat holding a big giant cock.
I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, that was yes.
You know,
The one
so-
thing that the one thing that nobody brought up was our talk about winning the lottery and what you would do with the money.
dude.
And how
Oh
we didn't
man.
bring that up is
Fuck
beyond me.
the world.
That's it right
That's
there.
it.
And then the
And
discussion about
George
the food.
Zimmerman.
That's it.
The Skittles and the food truck.
Skittles.
That's
I
right.
forgot about the fucking Skittles.
That's right. What would you do? And the Skittles and I got to see the candy before I get in the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember sitting through that conversation thinking,
That's right.
what the hell are they talking about?
I love the fact that Kev goes, I'm going to get George Zimmerman to drive the truck. And I'm like,
Oh my
and then
gosh.
Beeves the next day goes, the kid had Skittles in him when he got shot. And I'm like,
It's the
yeah,
rainbow.
that's what made it even funnier.
I'm gonna get some Skittles.
Yeah. Oh man, that was it. And then of course I think the other biggest one, and I think and I don't know how Kev kept the reveal the way he did, but if you listen to The Legend of Five Dragons, I mean, if we could have had a YouTube live stream on that, if you would have seen our faces when that dragon popped up on that screen, I mean, we could have high-fived each other through the screens because it popped up and we were like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I mean, it was crazy. Yeah. And Kev knew because we were talking about ancient Chinese secrets. We were talking about all kinds of stuff that just led up perfectly to a guest. And it was great. So yeah, it was great. And it's been good.
Do you have any extras that you might want to add, Kev? Because I have a couple.
Yeah. Actually, I was gonna ask Jay a question of when our first guest comes on, do you have any more things to teach her? Because that I don't know if you guys listened to the Pedals of Support today, but yours truly was a guest on there, and she specifically brought that up. And the Oklahoma corn cob episode.
Oh, God.
I have a few cool scenario, like a couple sexual things that I found out in some research for my podcast. That apparently the average time of sexual intercourse from penetration to completion for a male, the average across the United States is less than 5 minutes. It's 4 minutes and 13 seconds.
Wow,
well, that's too bad.
That's long.
That's a long time.
That's a fucking long time.
I can almost do it twice with two different girls in that amount of time. You might be able to throw in a little schoolboy if you're, fucking.
You want to hear a funny thing about
does that include foreplay?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
I learned something new this week, by the way.
Oh yeah,
bring it. Yeah.
Got family visiting from the great state of Oklahoma, and since you brought up the Oklahoma corn cob, we had a discussion going on about toilet paper, and I guess apparently I didn't know this, but in the old days I was told that
corn cobs.
It was corn cobs that they used to use to wipe their tail ends after that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No idea.
You know who started that was the Catholics.
Yes.
Yeah, they started that.
I mean, if we still got a couple minutes, I got something to add.
Oh boy.
Over the last couple of weeks, I have learned some new things. One, St. Joe is a much louder person after he's got a couple makers in him.
Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely.
So if you want good information and you want it loud, just drink with St. Joe. And by the way, the Keb is a great drinking companion, especially if you're not really drinking alcohol and you're hanging out with him.
Virgin Bloody Marys.
Yep, the Keb's jokes are much longer and more animated after he's had a couple of makers. Also, number 3, the Catholics like to do surprise birthday parties in the Red Room of Pain.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I
hate
hate
boys' dreams go to die.
It was cool.
I hate to move it along here real quick, but we do have our first mystery guest
coming in.
You know, and coming in right now.
Nice.
coming in, the host of Pedals of Support, Mama D, is coming into this shit show here.
Nice.
You are the wind.
Oh, I like it. Love it.
Hello,
Hi,
Mama
guys. Hi.
D. How are
Oh,
you?
you guys all look so good.
Oh, thank you.
Fine. How are you guys doing?
We're doing
I was
well.
born this way.
We know. Yes,
we're
Joe.
celebrating. We were just talking about you.
Mhm.
And real
Lord,
quick,
okay.
I know we just have a few minutes because we're trying
Yes.
to plug a lot into a little.
Yes.
And that's what she said.
Whoa,
And
hello.
come on,
Yeah,
Beebs, I'll beat
baby.
you to it, dude.
I was getting ready to say it, and you beat me. I thank you. There you
Dog.
go.
Anyhow, so we want to know, and we should have taken like a poll on this before you came on, but we didn't.
Uh-huh.
So we want to know maybe a couple of your. We know you listen to the show. We appreciate that. We listen to yours.
Oh,
You
yes.
got Pedals of Support and the Unfiltered podcast kind of go hand in hand. Part of the Spotlight Cartel, all that good stuff. But we would like to know if you have a few of your favorite moments from the show over the past year.
Well, it won't surprise you because, while I adore the funny, don't get me wrong, I love the funny, but there were two, and I actually went and looked them up so I could be, totally precise here. The one was the people die at the fair. And you guys did mantras, and it was Beeps that was something along the lines of be yourself. And I really, really like that because y'all are being yourselves. I'm being myself. And that's what is so important. I don't think that we do that enough. So I was so happy that you guys talked about that. And that is a great mantra. So I like that one. And then the other one was, the title was Sex Education. But oddly, what you guys did was talked about your dads. And I really, really like that because, we don't talk about the good stuff from our parents sometimes.
Mhm.
Sometimes we focus on negative. So I really loved hearing all of you talk about these great memories of your dads. So I like that one. We need moms next. I mean,
That was a really good discussion.
Yeah, it was. It was so, I wasn't expecting it because, I don't expect a lot of things that you guys talk about. There have been moments when you guys have all surprised me greatly, Jay. But
You're welcome.
yeah, we need a warning sometimes. But that one was kind of the other way where you really opened up. And I appreciated that because when you're a new listener, you're starting to get these voices and you're trying to get the voice with the person. And this put you on a different level to me because I still didn't know you guys very well yet. So it just I appreciated each of you more. I appreciate all of you so much, but that was kind of different. So good job.
Hey,
Cool.
nice.
Thanks. I think just in the comments that we got online, I think your favorite episode is the Oklahoma corn cob episode. Yeah,
that is. I don't know. I was going to give someone else a chance to talk about that one because that was a classic. I think I went to all of our chats and everything. I yelled at Jay and I'm like, what are you people doing?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. And I think you said you could have warned us. And you said because you didn't. I just kind of sat there, and then I chimed in and said, yeah, you just sat there and you just like me, you just let it happen to you.
I did. Well, I was doing laundry and I'm sitting on the ground and I'm like, what am I listening to? But I learned. I mean, I learned. So what, I guess you taught me something I wasn't prepared to hear. So good for you guys. But
Kev and I were doing the same thing in the exact same episode. We're going, what in the hell are we listening to?
I bet. Yeah. Cause it kind of came out of nowhere. It veered, which I mean, I appreciate, but warnings, I think a Mama D warning would just, be awesome. The best way to go with some of those, but, or we just don't talk about it, Jay. I mean, just to, thought.
Well, voice of reason.
Well, let me ask you this, Jay. You're muted for some reason. Okay, there you are.
I know.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Other than yourself, since you listen to most of them, other than yourself, And I'm kind of baiting you here because I got a story.
Okay.
But other than yourself, who was your favorite special guest on? And it can't be St. Joe either, and it can't be Jay, because they were both special guests before they came on the program.
Well, obviously Roger Wright. I mean, how could you not love him? And I wasn't prepared for him. He was funny. I told you I'd love to have him on mine, but I don't think I'm capable of handling that. So
I don't love him because he keeps calling me an asshole.
He does. That is,
He knows Jay by his first name. That's all right.
Thanks. I earned that title, you motherfucker. Or as he might say, motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Oh, you're like a Bangkok of the big boy. Okay.
So Mama D was on an episode of ours called What a POS. And that doesn't mean piece of shit. It means pedal of support.
Yes.
And so when we had agreed was a couple of weeks prior to her coming on, and the episode directly in front of that was The Legend of Five Dragons. And I remember I was listening to it, and it was in the morning, and I checked Twitter just to see what was going on. And I have a message from Pedals of Support that says, how the hell am I going to follow that?
It was. I was like, that is not fair, and especially because I was so nervous because I didn't really know you guys and I didn't know what direction we were going to go. So I was already really nervous. And then you hear that and I'm like, I can't do that. I'm not funny like that. And, but y'all helped me through it, but that was not fair. He should have been after me. That would have worked much better. So.
Yeah, you're talking about that. We have a lot, Beebs and St. Joe and Jay. We have a lot of instances where we get, I don't want to say serious, but we get seriouser, and when we're talking about the dads and all that. I want to point out a couple of times. One time St. Joe was talking about his friend Martika in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And that was a pretty serious conversation there. Mm-hmm. Beebs one time, and I have to bring this up, and I don't mean to embarrass you, Beebs, but if I have to hear one more time about your goddamn dream with the fucking tents,
Hey, that killed at that birthday party, by the way.
It did.
He brought someone to me and said, Beebs, tell him your tent joke. I was like, what? All right, here we go. We're doing this.
I had to Google what a fucking wigwam was, but a couple of those. And then Jay,
I like to be my tom-tom and my wigwam.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, hey, why not beat your tom-tom when you're in your wigwam?
Sure.
I agree.
So
I wake up every morning with a tent.
Oh, wow.
What?
Wow.
Intent.
Yeah.
With intent.
With intent to have a good day.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
yeah. I helped you out there.
It's a play on words.
Thank you.
I think he meant that he had a heart on.
I know what he meant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure Beebs just literal. Said he likes it.
Mm-hmm.
To be literal. Mama D, do you here's a great question that I wrote down. I'm gonna ask everybody. Probably not. I'm just gonna ask you. If you were going to, because you're in the same podcast community we are, if you were going to somebody said fuck that. If somebody said, hey, I'm thinking about listening to the Unfiltered podcast, which episode would you point them to other than what a POS?
Well, definitely Roger Wright. So the dragon one. But really, I think you just have to go through all of them because it's an acquired taste. And after you've listened to a few, you really enjoy, because I've gone back and listened to some that I listened to first that I don't think I appreciated because I didn't recognize the voices with who it was. And you just get more out of it when you start realizing who is who. And so really any of them, but the dragon one it will always be one of my favorites.
And one more time.
Yes.
And we had a special guest on one time, and it's a good friend of Jay's. His name is Flat Earth Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And everybody likes that episode. Jay, what do you think? What do you think of that episode?
Oh, well, I mean, first of all, great episode, fantastic interviewing. And
You guys
yeah,
didn't
fuck
even have
that
to.
fucking piece of shit. That fucking motherfucking piece of dog shit fucking idiot. The dirt is so flat, we're gonna fall off the edge and the fucking ice shelf and the fucking terra firma and the fucking that motherfucker couldn't. The only thing flat on this fucking earth is that motherfucker's goddamn brainwaves.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
So-
Mama D,
Oh,
Mama
I'm
D,
sorry.
where we
I
need
mean,
to
it was
find
it was
pedals.
great.
This is where
I
they
love
can
you,
find-
Mama D.
They can
I
find
gotta say
pedals of
that.
support for horse
Love you, Jay.
support.
Well, you guys be sure to listen to Pedal Support, Mama D. We got to let you go. We got a packed show here.
Well, and make sure you listen to my last one because
absolutely,
Yes, the
Kev's-
Kev's on there.
he
Yeah.
was, and I hope the rest of you gentlemen will consider coming and joining me because we had fun and I'd love to talk to each of you.
What are you
But
talking
thank
about?
you.
You turned me down once already.
Now I have tried and I did a really good job. Did I not? My editing was way better than I thought it would be. So I practiced with Kev.
Proud of you.
Now, we can
Oh,
work on
that's-
everybody else. So,
Yeah, all right.
but thank you so much, guys.
Mhm.
Hey, thank you for coming on, and
See ya,
be
Mama
sure to listen
D.
to Pedals of Support, and you can find it wherever great podcasts are downloaded.
Yes.
Right.
Love you guys.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
There she goes.
All right. We are in about a minute ready for our next guest.
I'm ready.
This guy
ready.
we had on when it was Jay, St. Joe, and I. Beaves are
One of
already
my favorite.
told us to go fuck ourselves.
Yeah.
For that way. I'm just kidding.
Well, did you?
But we had this guy on, and he has over 1 million followers on TikTok, and let's just say he likes to write children's books, alternate children's
Alternative.
books.
Yeah, alternative.
Alternate children's books. We'd like to welcome in, Jay, if you're ready. We'd like to welcome in. It's Brad Gross. What's happening?
Excellent.
All right. Brad, thanks for coming back, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, how you been doing?
Fucking fantastic. How are you?
Oh, we're fucking fantastic too. We're
Look at he's
having
got such cool hair.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
Look at
Killing
this
it.
shit.
That guy.
Fuck, he's looking good.
Golly.
You make up for on the top what you're losing in the front. You know?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know. That's
It's a
my
distraction. It's a
Yeah.
distraction.
To start off, I think St. Joe's got a question for you.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So how do you say the NFL team where we are down in Jacksonville? What's the name that you say it?
Losers.
Oh wow. Do you know Jacksonville Jaguars?
Oh, how do I say Jaguar?
Oh, see,
there
it's
you go.
Canadian. I knew it was Canadian because you say about and you go whereabouts or the
It's a
Canadian
Jaguar.
accent there. Jaguar.
I used to say Jaguar,
Yep.
and then I took one for a test drive, and the dealer was like, "It's a Jaguar," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay,
Yes. Very fancy.
it's a Jaguar.
Very fancy.
I don't think I'm going to buy one." now.
It's an often debated thing down here on how to pronounce the actual team, but
Jaguar.
could get you in a fight.
Doesn't matter how you pronounce it. They still lose all the time.
That's exactly. Loser is the name. That's how it is. It's done loser.
You people with your loser shit, when they write this thing in 2035, I'm gonna remember all you motherfuckers.
Yep.
You-
Whatever.
You
That's
know what I'm
fine.
saying?
It's
So did you retire the sunglasses, man? I wore mine just for you.
I've been thinking about it. I'm kind of on the edge of retiring them.
Yeah.
Making moves.
You know
Yeah.
what happens is I didn't wear them because people say I have the kind of eyes that always look tired.
Oh, okay.
So people always say you look tired, and it's like, it's not a fucking nice thing to say. So I started wearing sunglasses because I was tired of people telling me I look tired.
So
Well-
you were tired.
I'm tired.
Yeah, you're tired of it.
I'm tired of being tired.
Super tired.
But then I don't know. Then I just kind of, I don't know. I decided, fuck it.
You got to tell them I'm tired of selling so many goddamn books. That's what the
Right.
problem is.
Tired of counting this money.
That's
right.
right. That's right.
Stacking these bills.
I mean, after you came on and read the last ones, man, I mean, that was awesome.
I just want to show everybody. I still got the one right here.
That's your favorite. I knew.
Yeah.
I love this one.
Yep.
You know,
That's great. I still look at that episode and listen to it a couple of times, and man, the race wars, man, I still got to think that's definitely your number one seller for sure, right?
No. Number one right now is Clip Clop, the racist horse cop.
Nice. That was a funny one.
And Thirst Traps.
Okay.
My mom's phone is always blowing up. And
What's the one with the mom trains? I love
Mom runs trains on the weekend with Dad's friend. That's a good, yeah, that one sells well too. But yeah, it changes depending on which videos go viral. But Clip Clop, it's funny. The first 2 months, Clip Clop didn't sell at all. It couldn't get the videos to go viral, and then just something happened, and now he's taken off. People just they buy Clip Clop like crazy.
But that one was, you said last time that one was banned, right?
The Dead Babies one was banned, right?
No, the video for Clip Clop was banned from TikTok.
Okay.
Because it's hate speech.
Gotcha.
A pretend racist horse.
Right.
I'm not even joking. I want the Dead Babies poster. I'm gonna get it autographed too. I know I can order it autographed, but when I do it, I'm gonna send a special instant direct message to Brad when I do it, because that poster is amazing. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but
you want a special note on the Dead Babies poster?
Oh yeah.
Yes, Dead Babies are pretty cool. I do like it.
Dead Baby 7 is coming out next week. So
nice.
Speaking of these things, I have a joke.
I love jokes.
Here we go.
Does it have to do with cinnamon? A horse forced into the sex trade?
Does it have to do?
Because that's what I'd like to hear about.
Please tell me there's a horse cock involved.
Is it about autistic people?
No, it's about dead babies.
Okay. Let's go.
Well, what is pink, bubbly, and knocks on a window? A baby in a microwave.
Oh, jeez. Nice. Okay. I see where you went.
It's Beebs UNF Pod on Twitter.
See, Brad didn't get the luxury of having Beebs here the last time, so
the joke doesn't resonate, and I'll tell you why.
Love it.
I feel like it's reaching because I feel like the baby hasn't learned to knock.
Oh.
Oh my God. Beebs has met his match. I love it.
Yeah,
that's
go
awesome.
ahead. You got another one,
Dude,
Beebs?
we need to hang out. You and I, man.
We should dissect jokes together.
Buddy.
Oh, God. Hey, you should hear about a fucking wigwam, Brad.
Oh, yeah. You want to tell your tense joke, Beebs?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Brad, you got another new book coming out, don't you?
I have a lot of new books.
You had a new one last time that we were here. What was the most recent one that you had when you were coming out?
Would have maybe been Candy's Nuts or Gluck Gluck 9000, maybe, or
you've had like 18 of them come out since the last time you were on. So
yeah.
How many do you put out a week? How many do you put out? One a week?
I could do one a week. I've taken a bit of a break. I had a bit of a repetitive stress injury from chronic masturbation.
Yes.
And so I've taken a break, but I have a bunch of ideas that are in the pipe, and my cartoonist has been drawing the whole time because
how big is your pipe?
They got to eat.
It's really funny that you say that about
it's girthy.
Masturbation.
It's short and girthy.
I love that.
It's funny that you say that about masturbation. I went to the doctor and he told me I needed to stop masturbating because he needed to do a checkup.
Yeah.
Nice. We're going there. We're going there.
You know, that joke doesn't resonate because it's dumb.
Here we go.
Because it's dumb.
I feel like it does resonate, and it's not funny because you could have been giving him a semen sample. He may have needed it for something.
Here we go.
Is there any way we can get a read of a one of the newer
let's
ones?
do it. Let's get one.
Hell yeah.
And do the new books have sound bites too?
Everything has a soundbite.
I love the sound
of
of
that.
So the new books, they both have yellow covers. Coincidentally, they're slightly different hues of yellow. But one's called Sweatshop Kids Make Everything You Own.
Nice. Nice.
And then there's Buster, the Perverted Ghost.
Oh God, yeah.
My gosh.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna start with Sweatshop Kids.
Sweatshop Kids, make everything you own. Sweatshop Kids, Sweatshop Kids, Sweatshop Kids.
Sweatshop Kids make everything you own, from Grand's frying pan to your new smartphone, while you sleep quietly in your bed. A kid somewhere gets smacked in the head with the very same shirt that you now own. Kids also pick coffee wherever it's grown. Kids work long hours and sleep on the floor. No time to play, no time to be sore. A kid made your hoodie so soft and so cheap. Kids pick sugar cane for your favorite sweets. Kids mine the diamonds. For all your bling bling, Sweatshop Kids are there to make everything. Child labor is important. Now you can see, to keep things cheap in a throwaway society. Sweatshop Kids.
It's a wonderful lesson.
I mean,
It is.
yeah,
It's
so
good.
true.
There's depth to that.
it's right
So
there in
good.
black and white.
Yeah,
That's one of your longer ones too, huh?
we need them. Yeah,
That's what she said.
I went deep. I went deep into the subject. Was necessary.
Also what she said.
Wow.
Some books, it's like I can give a lot of examples, so I can go further into it. And other books, it's like 24 pages is reaching.
Do you think you could write one on like the royal Saudi family and their beheadings? That would be cool.
No, I don't really want
No, that's not a good subject, Jay.
I
Not
guess
good
that's
subject.
not a
No.
children's
I
novel.
want to keep my head is what I'm saying.
Oh,
Here.
yeah.
The self-preservation situation here.
I
Yeah,
understand.
not good.
Now, do you feel like attacking the English royal family since you live in Canada?
Well, they're not a fucking monarchy anymore.
I don't have much of an opinion on them. I feel
Okay.
like they have no
Play.
I don't really. I mean, other than the fact that the Queen's on some of my money, which makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't care about the monarchy. I don't know. You know what? I'm like, I feel like it's more fun to attack social issues than to attack political issues or to attack.
Sure.
Like, I mean, I don't care what happens to the Queen or the monarchy, and
That is something I noticed. In none of your books, you're never attacking a person,
Mm-mm.
which is makes it a little bit probably easier to slide off.
no.
and so
I
it's good stuff.
attack races and genders.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Because anybody can fit into those. These days, I can be whichever race and gender I want.
But I always find it funny when people get mad, and they seem to get mad when I bring animals into the picture. Like when I make a horse racist, it makes people really angry.
Have you ever got a PETA like email or a comment from somebody in that organization?
I would love to have that conversation.
I would love to have you talk to Flat Earth Dave.
Dude, if you have that
God.
if you have that conversation, can you record it?
I would like to have that conversation.
That would be good.
I could out vegan any vegan in the room, so bring it,
Nice.
vegans.
I would love to read a book from you on the flat Earth.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
I could probably think of enough pages.
We'll get some funds together to request this.
Dude,
Let's
we would
commission a
promote
book.
we would
We'll
promote
commission
the
it.
shit out of that.
Yes.
You know,
You can name it Fuck Flat Earth Dave.
Hey, hold on, guys. He's got more followers than we do. We better be careful.
Yeah, no. Brad's got more followers.
Brad's got way
than-
more.
than
Way
Flat
more.
Earth Dave.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, Brad, you said you had another book?
Fuck yeah, I do.
That's
Let's do it.
Ghost, he's the creepiest ghost you know. He smells your hair, licks the seat of your chair, and he humps your favorite pillow.
Meet Buster the Ghost. No need to be scared. He tries on your clothes and he smells your hair. He goes through your phone and licks the seat of your chair. He hangs out in your car and smells your underwear.
Oh.
Buster is a pervert. Make no mistake. When you go to sleep, Buster rides your leg. He has a fetish for feet, and he licks your glasses.
Here it comes.
Buster loves treats, and he loves fine asses. He makes obscene calls and humps your pillow. When Buster is finished, you'll surely know.
I've often woken up in the middle of the night and wondered why my butt was wet. Now I know.
Yeah. Nice.
So basically, Buster is Joe Biden.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people have made that. Yeah, a few people said I should have called him Joe, the Ghost of Joe, or Joe the Ghost, or
That's
maybe
funny.
I'll redo the whole thing and give him kind of a Joe face.
That's
Oh my God.
funny.
Yeah.
Call him
Wow.
Creepy Joe
Wow.
the Ghost or something. I don't know.
Oh,
I've had a
Creepy Joe.
lot of people have said that. Oh, so it's Joe Biden.
That's funny.
So
Wow.
is your
He does
website-
do all of those things.
So while it's
I want
fresh
to know
in,
how you know that, but that's all right.
while it is fresh in everyone that's listening's brain and they want to go and buy some of these books, is it still yourname.com is the best way to get a hold of them?
Just Google me, Brad Goss, on Amazon or on all the things, you know.
Love
I got a
it.
logo. I got my own logo. I just hold it up like this. This is
Perfect.
what I do.
Yeah.
All right.
That's awesome.
Well, Brad, thank you for coming on. We got a packed show. We're up against it here. We appreciate you coming on and giving us the
You the
short
man,
time.
Brad.
I thought you were going to say you had some parting gifts for me, but that's okay.
We do. We're sending
Oh.
them in the mail.
We do.
Amazing.
We'll-
Some of those
Thank you.
underwear that Buster was sniffing.
Call me if you want me to dissect any more dead baby jokes.
Cool.
All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's Brad Goss, everybody. We appreciate it.
The man.
And Brad can be found on TikTok and on social media. He actually follows us on Twitter. But
We
you
follow
can-
him.
Yeah, and we follow him, all of us on Twitter. But we appreciate you coming and have a good one, Brad.
Thanks, Brad.
Thank you, sir. That's awesome. He's
All right.
awesome.
Love him.
And we got we got a few minutes. Beebs, you seem kind of quiet over there. You thinking about your dead babies joke?
No, I wanted to hear what he had to say.
I think that's awesome.
We have a couple minutes, you said?
Yeah.
So somebody sent me something on Twitter. Or actually, it was on Facebook in regards to the podcast, and they said you should talk about this, and it's more disturbing than a Oklahoma corn cob.
Oh,
Wow, love it.
So I'm gonna just read it real quick. So she was listening to our last podcast or my podcast, and she goes, "I'm dead over the podcast. Hilarious." That's probably the only person that thinks it's funny. She says, "The animal thing and porn thing reminded me of a girl I worked with that had a horrific smell. I was chosen to have a subtle talk with her. Long story short, she had had sex with her Great Dane. So she thought that was the issue. But in the end, she found out that her dairy farmer boyfriend had been having sex with the cows and then fucking her and transferring the fecal matter to her. The smell of her vagina would meet you at the door of the office. Needless to say, this gal was not ready for all the things that she learned during this little talk."
gosh.
So digest that, you sick Fuck.
What?
Apparently, she had to go to the doctor and get antibiotics to clear it up. But it made me think. Seriously, how many of you guys have actually had your? People say it getting your ass ate, but how many of you have actually had your ass licked? A girl licked your ass, or a guy, if you're St. Joe, and how many times? I mean, have you ever had a girl down there and she's like, I'm just, lifts up everything and gives a little lick?
No, because I don't date or associate with fucking freaks.
Okay, that's fine.
So funny story.
Oh
shit.
yes.
So,
Beebs, I'm sorry. The look on your face is making me feel like I'm in trouble, and I didn't do anything.
You're gonna have a talking to after this.
I've dated a few freaks in my life, and this one chick. So we were Beebs is getting ready in his chair. He's getting ready for this.
Every commercial break come across Beebs' screen.
You know what? Every time you start a story like this, St. Joe, I'm starting to think you're the fucking freak.
No. So and again, I apologize for my sister that's listening to this. Just cover your ears at this moment.
No,
but anyway,
no, turn it up.
So
turn it up.
We're getting ready and we're just going at it. And all of a sudden, she just decides to stick her thumb in my ass, and it was a whole. Oh, what's going on there? And I'm like, not gonna happen. Nope.
She was trying to make a nun pregnant.
It was. It was a little bit of a how's your father, and I was like, that ain't it. Nope. And I was like, nope.
Oh my Lord.
I was like, nope. Do that again, you're gonna get a donkey punch.
Ooh.
Look that up, kids.
Yeah. Yeah, and then somebody also said, "Hey, how old is St. Joe's son?" I think the one that was telling the jokes last week. I said, I really don't know. I don't know. I think I'd guess 13, 14. How old is he?
13, going on 14. Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
We got our hate to break this up, but we got our final guest of this extravaganza, if you want to fucking call it that.
Slop on my knob like corn on the cob. Check in with me.
This gentleman
and do your
has
job.
been a previous guest of the program, and we're admitting him now. We had him on for an entire episode. He is a comedian. He has been a mayor of a small town, and he has multiple specials that you can see. We're going to have him tell us where you can see them in a second, but we would like to welcome back Jeremy Nunes. I got that right, Jeremy?
You got it, buddy. How's things going?
Doing well. Great to see you again. How are you?
Oh, dude, fantastic. How long have you guys been talking right now?
About 49 minutes.
Oh, I thought this was like an 8-hour extravaganza. I'm way less impressed now.
We'll go for the record next time.
That's what she said.
Yeah. So we've added a host since we last saw you. What's been happening since you're on last?
Well, that's a good question. I was thinking the same thing. I was trying to figure out what we even talked about last time. So I vaguely remember we talked something about, you have like a regular Twitter follower that likes to heckle the Twitter page and accuses you guys of, I don't know, being chauvinist or something like that.
Sandy Butler?
Yeah.
That's right.
She wound up blocking us.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, she blocked you.
Yeah, I think she blocked St. Joe too.
Not me though. She liked me.
not you. Yeah, I want her to come out to a show one time. If I fucking see that lady, it's gonna be great. Hey, Jeremy, I got to ask you this real quick. And I know I've seen your stuff on Facebook and Twitter and all this good stuff. And unless you're living under a rock, it's not breaking news. But what do you think about the events of yesterday?
Yeah, full moon. I couldn't believe it. So I have to. Okay, I don't. this is sort of a not necessarily a right-wing podcast, but you guys sort of lean right. I'm trying to remember what the story is.
We don't
accurate?
lean left.
Okay.
Okay. I'll put it that way.
All right. So here we go. I was actually I'm about to do a political humor TV show here shortly after you guys. So I was jotting a few notes here. Here's things I came up. James Comey leaks conversations with the president to his college buddy. No raid. Clinton on the flight logs to Epstein Island. No raid. Clinton on the tarmac with Loretta Lynch. Reporter who broke the story found dead. No raid. Hillary deletes emails which were subpoenaed. Wipes her server. Destroys the cell phones. No raid. Hunter Biden laptop. Child porn on there. Chinese money laundering. Ukraine biolabs. No raid. Obama and the Benghazi deaths. No raid. No president in history has ever had a raid. It's all to intimidate him, intimidate his supporters, keep us all quiet, and do all they can to keep him off the ballot, or if he's on the ballot, at the very least, sway some votes the other way. The FBI is dirtier than a hobo's foot.
In a related question, what are your thoughts on the flat Earth?
I'll tell you what. Here's my honest opinion. I don't know, and if somebody's got a theory on anything, I'm always willing to hear them out. So
is Jay.
There.
So is Jay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I have one of my I've obviously after listening to you came on that episode. This is before I was part of the show, but one of my favorite, I guess, parts of a skit of yours or one of your, I mean, I'm not a comedian. I don't do stand up like you and Kev do, but a part of one of your specials or something that I watched was destroying your kid in dodgeball. And I laughed my ass off. And I still think about what it would be, because I remember playing dodgeball in junior high and stuff. And it was crazy. It was fucking madness. I mean, I've never been hit so hard in the face with balls. I mean, when I was an adult now,
Wow.
But I mean, I would love to go just go to some random junior high school and walk in and just start beaming fucking kids with rubber fucking dodgeballs. But no, that was a great clip. I didn't know, what's your latest? I mean, do you have a special? I don't know what your latest special is, but what's your latest one?
Well, it sounds like you were watching the Dry Bar comedy clips, which are still out there.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the special on Amazon Prime. If you search my name, it'll pop right up. So I'm guessing that's what you're referring to.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, I don't have another special out at the moment. I've been so tied up with, I think we talked about my book last time, You Can't Write City Hall. And I've been tied up with that because got some prominent folks out west that are interested in the story, but I have to write the movie script myself. The book isn't so huge that they'll just pay me for the rights to the book and take it from there, but they are interested. If I write the script, then they'll buy it. So I've been trying to write a movie script in my spare time, which of course isn't easy with two kids running around, half the time drinking poison. So
that's
so
cool.
Awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, that was one of the most that might be the most interesting real story that I've ever heard on the Unfiltered podcast. It was informative and pretty incredible. So I think
thanks,
awesome.
Matt. I'll tell you. So here's another interesting story. This happened a ways back, but I hadn't actually thought to tell people about it. So I don't know how it works. So you guys are all in Florida, I believe. So I don't know how it works there, but in Illinois, so I used to work as a high school baseball umpire, and the coaches get this review. The coaches get this review code number from the umpire, and then the coaches go online, they rate the umpires, and the best rated umpires get to do the state playoff games.
Oh, they go straight to the major leagues.
Oh yeah. So I do this game, and the coach says, "Hey, I want to get your code number. I'd love to help you out." And I'm like, I already know. So I get home, I look, the guy hates me. He puts a 0 in every category, and he is the only person that ever rated me. I quit umpiring shortly thereafter. So I am on record, the worst umpire in the history of Illinois.
That's awesome.
It's awesome because like the last 8 weeks, all I hear about is on Twitter from Kev is, I don't know if I've said this before, but
you may have heard this before, but Major League Baseball umpires are the worst officials in all of sports. It's just my opinion. It just happens to be fucking correct. Well, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Well,
they're way, way worse than the Catholic Archbishop. And
wait, well, that's just low, Kev. Just low. But hey, speaking of sports, though, for a second,
shit.
let me hang on to that for a second because
fucking Illinois. He brought up Illinois, Jeremy. He's gonna go talk for a fucking hour.
No, I'm not. So didn't you said something about you did radio the last time? Is that right? You were a sports. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like a sports announcer or something.
I was
in the past
a host on a sports talk radio show for a number of years.
Not you, Kev. Jeremy.
Oh, my bad.
Jesus,
the guest, I'm with you troll.
I'm with you all the time, you idiot. Jeremy, you had done some radio because we had asked you to break down some sports.
Okay.
Follow me. And then what you did was the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
And by God, you said, you know what? We were making our picks. And you said, you know what? Watch that Creighton. That guy's got a shooter. And you had named a couple of teams. And lo and behold, if you would have been in our bracket, you know what? Would have won. Because the teams that you picked out of nowhere, out of thin air, you were going like, watch Creighton. He's got an outside shooter. He can really make the three. And you had no freaking clue what you were talking about.
Pretty sure
because you were, if you go back and listen to the episode, it's just hilarious because some of the teams that you were picking out and you were breaking down was just hilarious because you were just, when you were doing it, I'm laughing, but you would have won our pool.
So now I remember now what you're talking. I was just totally making stuff up.
Yep,
that's what it was, and I was just talking about how easy it is to pretend like you know what you're talking about.
Correct. Correct.
So I'd be like, watch out for Indiana. They play crazy press defense. They got an outside shooter, and they got big men down low. Be on the lookout for the Hoosiers.
Right, exactly. But you picked out the teams, and I know you didn't say like St. Joe's or anything like that. That would have been ironic, but. It was very funny, but some of them that you picked out was hilarious that they would have gone far in the pool. I was laughing.
Imagine St. Joe's being good with balls and holes.
Yeah, you're the one that said you haven't been hitting the face with balls that hard. No, that Kev's cutting that clip.
Jeremy, between these two, it started at the beginning.
In the beginning. In the beginning.
So Jeremy, what are you up to now? I read somewhere the other day that you had a good crowd, have been having good crowds and stuff like that.
Man, I've been very fortunate. Been pulling in some crowds. I don't know if it's, I get a lot of airplay on satellite radio or just traffic, from one of the two specials or what it is. But the people seem to like me. They come out. We've been selling out. I do a lot of small theaters, the ones that seat maybe 200, 300, stuff, I even did a 400 seater not too long ago. And they come on out. So why? I don't know. I mean, my wife doesn't even think I'm funny. So I don't know why everybody else does. But
I'd like to ask a question about when you were your mayoral, when you were still mayor. What was the biggest thing when you were mayor that you took? I mean, and maybe you didn't because maybe you're a perfect being, but was there anything that while you were mayor that you took advantage of, or you were like, you know what, I'm the mayor and you got away with something? And I got away with it, but like, maybe you got a cool parking spot, or you would pull up to something and be like, oh, that's the mayor, or maybe a free cup of coffee or something. I mean, was there anything cool that, like, when you're the mayor, that you're like, oh, well, I'm the mayor?
So, the only time I ever had to pull my weight, I'll tell you, is at my house. The house we bought, we got from a guy who was a contractor previously. So we inherited, his garbage bin for the garbage removal people that come through. And that thing was just covered with paint and caulk and everything else. And so we asked the company, hey, could you guys switch this out? And they're like, yeah, it's $200. And I'm like, well, I didn't do anything. This is what the last guy, why do I have to pay for it? And they're like, sorry, $200. So I call up like their regional sales office that handles the sales for the various towns, and I tell him the story, and he's like, yeah, there's not much we can do. It's $200. And I said, okay, well, I'm just letting you know. And also, before I let you go, by the way, your contract with the town is up in 3 months, so we might need to have a talk about that too. And what do you know? Next morning, I had a brand new trash can, no charge.
Goddamn politicians at it all the time.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I love that.
So you're saying there's perks to the job?
Perks, baby.
Oh, there are perks. Now, so I have to, I definitely remember talking to you guys. I don't recall when, and I asked if you recall when, because
it was in
significant story.
It was in March.
Right before March Madness.
Yeah, it was in March.
Okay, so then you guys don't know. I had a really nasty bout with COVID. Just about died.
Damn.
That would have been October.
Wow.
Let's see. No, March. You're talking about March this year.
Yeah.
So okay, well, it was before that, but apparently we didn't talk about it anyway. So I was intubated. I was put on a ventilator and given a 30% chance to live. And here I am. So, and I don't know how familiar you guys are with how the process works. One of the first things they do is they have like a little IV tube thing they hook up on the side of your neck here. And when they remove that, it leaves sort of a reddish purple mark on the side of your neck. So this tube causes this mark, or at least that's where I told my wife it came from.
Smart move. That candy striper nurse came in there.
One thing I learned interesting about Jerry that we didn't bring up when he was on for the full hour was that the first time that he ever made money as a comedian was in Jacksonville, Florida.
Nice. Little history, huh?
Yeah.
I hate to burst your bubble. It was Jacksonville, Illinois.
Oh, it was. I think what I was looking at just said Jacksonville.
Yeah. And that's a bit of a lengthy story, so I'll give you the abbreviated version. So Kev, if you can remember, when you first start, you got 5 minutes of jokes and that's it. As a comedian, you start to recognize, the people don't like this topic.
Right.
I should switch to something else. You can't.
Yeah. You got your 5 minutes, you got your 5 planned out, and it's going in an order, and whether they fucking like it or not.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing this show, and at the time it was Kentucky Fried Chicken had these like half-gallon jugs of fountain soda, and I said, I don't even think truckers drink that much.
Right.
And this guy stands up, goes, "Don't be making fun of truckers." And I was like, "Oh, I'm not. I'm just saying they don't like to buy larger amounts, so they don't like to stop." I didn't even get to the punchline yet, and so I go, "Well, anyway, I don't even think truckers." He stands up again. "I said, don't make fun of truckers." His buddy grabs him, pulls him down. He's like, "We're sorry. He just got off the road." And
PTSD.
Then, and then the lady in the front whispers up to me, "Hey, you're performing for the Boston Trucking Company Christmas party."
It became a roast.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't even think truckers." The guy stands up. "That's it." He starts throwing beer bottles at me. Now all of his buddies, they're all throwing beer bottles at me. Luckily, it was a classy enough place. I was protected by the chicken wire.
Nice.
Right.
You almost had a Will Smith moment.
Oh man. Yeah.
Well, I mean, with a name like Jacksonville, I'm sure that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken
Oh,
wire.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's the worst place you've ever done a gig?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh. Dude, I told you about my open mic at a meth lab.
Was that in Palatka or?
No, that was right downtown Jacksonville. But the funny thing is that the place where it was is on a corner, and on the opposite corner of the street is the fucking police station.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise.
That's the funny part about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't recall ever like a terrible city. the worst situation I can remember I was put in. I got hired to perform at a venue in South Dakota, and then the booking agent called and said, "Hey, we got another one for you the night before, about an hour down the road. Do you want it?" Yeah, absolutely. Well, I show up and I figure out the reason that they got me last minute was there's supposed to be a hypnotist there, and that guy canceled. So the owner of the bar is telling me, "Yeah, we're excited to have you. Sorry, we couldn't get the hypnotist here, or whatever." And I was like, "Well, the people coming in know, right?" And he's like, "Oh, well, we'll tell them." He's like, we're sold out right now, and we kept running the radio ads because we already paid for them. We weren't allowed to pull them. So I get up to the stage, or I get ready. He introduces me. He says, "I know you're all excited to see the hypnotist." Yeah. He goes, "Well, he canceled," and everybody's like, "Well, so we found a comedian last minute. Don't know how good he is. Here he is, Jeremy Nunes."
Right. Yeah.
So that was how I was brought to the stage. So you can imagine it didn't go well from the start. But the worst part, though, is I was in the basement of this Holiday Inn, was where this bar was, and I stand about 6'7", so it's already a low ceiling. It's the basement. The stage is elevated by about a foot, so I had to perform almost sideways, like my neck at like a 90-degree angle, and talk about a bombing story. It was the worst. But the best part, though, the owner liked me because at the time I partied it up with him the whole night, and so he sent word back to the booking agent, "Oh, this guy's fantastic. It's very cool. You got to get him back." So because I thought that was the end. Once a booking agent gets word you did a terrible show, but yeah, it ended up working out in the end.
Well, Jeremy, we want to thank you for coming on. Sorry it's so short this time, but we got a lot going on in this episode, our anniversary episode. Real quick, can you tell everybody what you got going on and where they can find you?
Yeah, so the big thing is my book, You Can't Write City Hall, retells my hilarious real-life experience as a small-town mayor, hit #1 on the Amazon political humor charts, and maybe soon to be a movie. We'll see how that all shakes out.
Nice.
And as we mentioned, I'm on Amazon Prime or Dry Bar Comedy if you want to watch some videos there. And if you stand with me politically, check out comedian Jeremy Nunes on TikTok. Just got my first paycheck from that. So
nice.
Congrats.
We actually have to pay TikTok money to be on there. So, but we thank you for coming on, and we'll talk to you soon. Just like I told you last time, I reserve the right to contact you again.
Absolutely. Look forward to it. Thanks, fellas.
Thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
brother.
Thanks, sir.
All right, there he goes. It's Jeremy Nunes, and his book is what the hell is this? His book is You Can't Write City Hall, and #1 on the Amazon Prime or Amazon charts for political humor. All right, guys, here we go. Stupid tweet of the week. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All of these tweets that I'm about to read are former winners
Oh, yes.
Nice.
I already know which one. I already know which one.
of the week.
I already know which one.
Obituary.
Yep.
As voted on by me and soon to be world famous wife. I do want to say that the 2021 World Series champion Atlanta Braves are currently tied with the Boston Red Sox 5-5, top 8.
Red Sox are going to go yard.
Yeah,
they're going to win this game.
It's back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
All right. First tweet. This is a winner. I don't know the week, but we started back in the beginning of April ranking them. Before that, I just picked one. So this one was, if I remember correctly, Beebs had that laugh that he does because he was so shocked to learn that if your parents don't have children, chances are you won't either.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We remember this gem from Carson. He says, ladies, if you fuck one guy a day for $100, that's 365,000 you made in 1 year. Bitches with degrees not making that. Be your own boss. First reply, bitches with degrees know that I'll only be 36,500.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that one.
This one's always a crowd favorite from our friend Devin. He says that I think the scariest part of having triplets is being pregnant for 27 months.
Oh God.
Yeah.
This one, and I haven't said this in a while. So for those, if this is the first episode that you're listening to, number one, go fuck yourself. Number two, it's not always the tweet. It's sometimes their reply. And in most cases, it's this person says, why are women evacuated first in a disaster? First reply, so men can think of a solution in silence. You remember that one? All right. This was just a couple weeks ago. Jay remembers this one because I remember Jay laughing at it. I love Brazilians. They be speaking porch of geese. And I'd be like, damn, daddy, quack, quack, motherfucker. Porch of geese.
Nice.
This is another favorite of Jay's, probably the one I've heard him laugh at the most. I went back to listen to the episode to see which one won this, and Jay laughed hard at this one. So did you say, Joe? This is from Kira. If we remember Kira, probably not. Imagine if men had to breastfeed babies using their cocks.
Jesus. Jesus. Wow. That is just right to the point. Boom. Boom.
Oh.
That is just wow.
And always our friend Kiki. Our friend Kiki will go down in unfiltered history by saying, if your boyfriend died and his family ain't put you in his a bitch you worried, would you be mad?
A bitch you worried.
There's actually a reply to that tweet that said, I almost had a stroke trying to read this.
Dude, I gotta tell you, the milk one might be the top of the list right there, dude. The breastfeeding one may be the top of the list.
Yeah, she got him out of order. Yep, absolutely.
Oh man.
So damn. If we read through a couple of these, Jay, can you find me some stupid history or a stupid tweet of the week music? Because it's not the stupid tweet of the week. This is the stupid tweet of the year.
I mean,
yeah. So it's got to be special. Let's break down top three. I'm busting top three by the way you guys laughed. And number 3 was I love Brazilians. They be speaking Portuguese. And I be like, damn, daddy, quack, quack, motherfucker.
Very important differences between human beings and animals that you should know about.
And this is the stupid tweet of the year, brought to you by the Stupid History Minute, over 100 and some odd episodes. And what I promised, it's coming. We're just taking a little break. We're going to do the baseball parks. We're going to do, I think I broke it on another podcast that what we're going to do. But me and Beeps, we're going to get together. We're going to talk about the Bible for a little bit. And is it going to be serious? Only on one side. Yeah, on my side. No, it's not. So, get ready to go. Love the music here. We got a professional DJ giving us the music. It's all good. I feel like I'm in the club with St. Joe and the fucking Catholics going up there, giving the dollars to the women, taking it back, all that good stuff. But we're here to talk about the stupid tweet of the year. The stupid tweet of the year brought to you by the Stupid History Minute. And I already told you how many fucking episodes. You can download it wherever the fuck you have found this one. And it's imagine Kira. We love Kira. It's at Misty Ears on Twitter. Imagine if men had to breastfeed babies using their cocks. That is the stupid tweet of the year.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
all right. Any last thoughts, gentlemen?
That's funny.
they use that word lightly and loosely. Oh, that's what she said.
All right. I guess not.
No, I don't know what to say.
Guess not. So we're just gonna leave it at that.
Wait. I do have a question.
Okay.
Do you think that like you could feed your friends babies? Like if you didn't have one? I'm a lonely guy. I'm gonna go down I'm gonna go over to my friend's house. They just had a baby.
Get on over here.
I'm gonna give my buddy Mike some
relief.
Yeah, it's like Sling Blade.
You got some of them little kids wanting to suck on my sweet tater.
I think I still got a little milk left in this one.
I'd say real quick. I watched that damn movie the other day, Sling Blade, and I caught it on AMC, and the best damn part out of that is that he's so good with tinkering stuff. They're like, "Hey, can you come over here and look at this lawnmower?" And he's like, out of gas. Yeah. But to answer your question, Jay, I think that might cross a line to do that.
Really? That would be the line.
Yeah.
This is the line we're talking about right here. Yeah.
Maybe.
This reminds me of my weekend in Palatka.
Yeah, me too. Remember Oklahoma corn cobs? Breastfeeding after you got Oklahoma corn cob. You're hanging out with the Beavs at a Sooner game. Boomer Sooner, bitch! Yeah! Shoot 'em up.
Suddenly reminded of the 2 pennies in a story in a barn when he had sex on a hay bale. He's getting
It was
poked
called-
in the ass.
What was it? Kinky Farmer Barn Sex.
All of a sudden,
Tika.
he lays the girl down on the bale. She screams ever so softly.
He bailed her.
That corn cob out of my ass.
She's like, no, hey, Auntie Ethel, call the cops. This motherfucker just fucked me in the butthole.
In the butthole? Well, here I come, Skeeter.
What are we here? Oh my god.
He's like,
Oh,
I'm going to call my uncle and I'm going to have him shoot you.
Yeah.
Hey,
here's
off
to another
me,
good
Daddy!
year,
You're
boys.
crushing my Marlboros.
You are my sister. You are my sister.
Call the
Squeal like
priest.
a piggy. Squeal like a piggy.
Somebody called the priest.
Squeal like a pig, boy.
It's a hot dog and a donut, Dad.
Whoa. Wow.
Wow. And there it ends.
Oh, boys, thanks for a hilarious year. Seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
It's been a good one.
It's been a good one. Hopefully we'll have another good one.
Yeah.
You know,
Who's-
starting next week, folks.
Fuck around and find out.
Who's the guest next week, Kev?
I don't know who's coming in. Flat Earth Day.
We got a Mr. Guest now. Oh man, the cat's out of the bag, right?
Yeah. I believe somebody on this panel contacted him, but I don't know. Maybe not. You know, but if he doesn't like us anymore, I mean, yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah, well.
yeah. He wasn't part of that episode. He's like, thank God.
If I was, he wouldn't have got as many words in edgewise. I can tell you that right now.
You know, it would be fun to have a follow up with him, but I kind of want a birds aren't real guy. You know,
Yeah, if you can find that guy, like someone who actually believes in it, not the guys who created it, because they don't even.
yeah.
They're like, oh, it's fake.
So why don't we put a poll out there to the listeners on who they want us to have back?
Oh, okay.
What? Wait a second, guys. Remember what was the advice? You invite the crazy, you get the what? The crazy.
All right. You know,
Hey,
Invite the
play
crazy, you get the
stupid
crazy.
games, win stupid prizes.
That's
That's
right.
the way it is.
you know what though? As the characters that we talk about on this show, with this last week with the spawn of Saint Joe, and I've been kind of doing the podcast circuit here about the last couple of weeks. And do you know who off air? And I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm still going to, because I don't say it on their show, but this is fucking our show. We say whatever the fuck we want, because everybody should be able to say anything they want as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. And this doesn't hurt anybody. And I'm not going to name names, but multiple times, do you know who they have requested as a character from our show to be on theirs?
Saint Joe.
No, it wasn't St. Joe. It wasn't me. It wasn't Beebs, and it's not Jay. It is the soon-to-be world famous wife.
Really?
Multiple times.
I personally have put in a request to
Yeah. She multiple that listen to. They're like, dude, we have to fucking talk to the fucking person who lives with you. And I tried to get her to come on for the first 15 minutes, just sit right here, next, share the same mic, and all that. And she's like, no.
You know, it'd be a really cool episode, and I can't do it because I don't have one. But put each one of your 3 wives on here in a panel with me.
Hey, we can play the newlywed
like 2
game.
seconds, and
My wife will come on.
I could play the newlywed game with them. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'd have no problem getting my wife on. She would have no problem. I have no problem getting her on the way it is.
I can't get the Beebs wife on. I tried one night on my show, and she's no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could say, what I found being married twice is that bribes work, so maybe we can bribe some people.
I tell you who I'd like to have on the show. I'd like to have a special listener on the show. And the 3 of you know who it is.
I do know who it is.
Yes. If a listener would be on the show, if we could have the one listener call in, if you could listen to my voice and you could be on the show.
I think it'd be a great little.
I think it would be fun.
You guys could have a little date episode.
I think we could all learn a lot.
Yeah, I don't think Beebs would join us for that episode.
No, I think Beebs is out. Beebs is like, fuck you guys.
I'll let y'all learn on your own.
Yeah. To tell you the truth, Beebs doesn't even feel comfortable talking about this.
That's true.
Yeah. That's the mere thought of that hooker. Yes, I called you a hooker. It's fucking Keb Lives. Kebliv. Yes, you dumb cunt.
I don't think you remember, or I don't think you are referring to the right person.
No, he's not.
So Angela Davis is who I'm referring to.
No, don't call. No, we don't speak in those terms.
She's mean to me.
No, she's then.
She mean to me.
She's mean to me.
I'm going to tell her whatever I want.
She should be mean to you then.
Guess what? Kev,
she should.
This last week, I saw something, and I am going to get it for you because I saw it and instantly thought of you.
Okay.
It's a chandelier.
Yeah.
It's the fucking Death Star.
Oh, I need that.
And it has a light in it, and you can pull a little lever, and it closes up.
Dude.
And you can pull the other lever, and it opens up, and it lets more light out, and it's so badass.
Dude, if that had a vagina, I would fuck it.
Wow. Yeah, I know you would.
That's an share right
I'm
there.
pretty confident I took a picture of it.
Only the Kev would do something like that, something called the Death Star.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not much something for you that I was thinking about the other day, Jay. It was called the Shiny Heiny.
Oh, yeah. Give me that. I'll take 2 of them. Take 2. I want a big one and a little one.
Exactly.
So I will say a highlight from a birthday party I attended was actually meeting the soon to be world famous wife.
Yes, she exists.
She exists and she is fabulous.
She's a real person.
Also,
so you people know,
Angela,
she's on Twitter. I'm not going to give out who she is on Twitter, but you can find her on Twitter. She's
I'll
there.
look for her. Also, Angela Davis, we apologize for Keb and his, outburst of
filthy, dirty mouth.
We apologize.
Okay. I should be able to say whatever I want, whenever I want, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody.
I didn't say.
I thought you were going to talk about the Geeky Dad podcast.
That's terrible.
Oh, what a great podcast, right?
I mean,
That's fabulous.
Oh man, it might be number one or at least top 5, all of Good Pods.
Speaking of something you can shove in your mouth.
That's right.
What I said.
How did I get roped into this? How am I a part of this?
Welcome back, Beebs. Yeah, fuck.
I'm just calling people cunts over here.
Speaking of the Death Star, that thing better get blown up.
Anyhow, Beebs, have you started one of your 42 podcasts that you're part of now, or we're doing?
Haven't started them yet. We're working on topics right now, and also a little bit of graphic art.
Oh, cool. So one of them's going to be like a movie deal.
Yeah.
And then,
assuming I can get my co-host to get himself together and want to do it. I guess
that's one thing I got to commend you guys on is that every Tuesday we're here unless somebody's sick or really wants to or has somebody in the hospital or all this. And that's one of the hardest things, some podcasts that I've tried to start and be a part of until this one, is to get people who are dare I say dedicated, you know what I'm saying, and into it, and to build a brand. And it's not easy, and sometimes it's a grind to do it, but I appreciate you three doing that.
I don't know. I found it kind of easy.
Sometimes it's a grind,
sometimes you walk away from the episode and that sucked.
Hey,
but then you listen to it and you're like, wait a second. Okay. Anyway, I didn't know St. Joe said that. No, but I did want to say before we leave, one of my favorite things that we do after each episode when we stop recording and we say, okay, well, it's over. What should we name that podcast? What should we name that episode? And half the time the episode name gets revealed during the recording, but we never name the episode prior to recording. Yeah. And I don't think anybody, and I say we being kind of like the substitute guy that comes on here every so often. But when I was on here every week, and I'm sure you guys still do this, when we hang up, we actually have to determine what to call the podcast. And I would say in the running for the best name was Searching for Trash Bags.
That was definitely from the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
like that
story.
Is there a name of a podcast or a name of an episode that you remember that you thought was really good, or do you even care?
I think the most fitting, and I do believe that Jay is probably the only person that got the joke. Because really, to get this joke, you have to listen to the podcast, all of the episodes, to really get this joke. And Jay was probably the only one that got it on an episode of the Two Penny. We talked about it. Was the very first episode with me and you, entitled "In the Beginning." And for those of you that don't know the joke, "In the beginning" is the first 3 words of the Bible. Mm-hmm. And for those of you that further don't get the joke, go back and listen to the fucking episode, you fucking moron. And I think that there was what was the one about swimming? I guess I could look at them, but there's one about swimming is hard, and it was about that's a play on words about the guy who thinks he's a chick and was swimming in Virginia Tech or Virginia, maybe Penn State. I don't know.
Yeah.
But swimming is hard. That was a play on words. That's a good one. I like the ones that make you think. Searching for garbage bags or searching for trash bags, whichever it's called, is one of the better ones. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, there was some pretty good ones.
I actually really like I liked which one was it with it had St. Joe in the name.
and the Latin
Saint Joe and
Lover.
the Latin Lover.
St. Joe.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the longest time, that episode was our number one episode for the longest time.
Rightfully so.
You know, and it was where I tried very poorly to do a Latin accent. You know, and I remember Beebs going, "Oh, I can't wait for fucking this." You know, he's like, "You're gonna do the accent?" Yeah, dude, I'm gonna do the accent.
Awesome.
You know, and then we learned about a porn guy that lives in Jacksonville on that episode.
That's how much
Yes.
that's how much he liked her. Well, how was the line? That's how much that's how pretty he thought she was.
You know how much he gave her? Nothing. That's how beautiful she was. Yeah.
That's how beautiful she
That was a extremely long way to go for a punch. Not as long as, you know, Duck walks into a bar, but you know, we'll say
I told that joke this week.
Oh yeah.
I told it better. I told it better than you told it to St. Joe's son.
Yeah. The spawn of St. Joe.
Yeah, the spawn of St. Joe.
Yeah. Who has a very biblical name.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
He does.
Not you, him.
Anybody know the story of Elisha?
We don't have time.
We
We're
don't have
all out of time for this week.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in and tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Unfiltered Podcast.
Jay, who's on the 2 penny this week?
I got my buddy Bob Younger, who's a former forest ranger, police officer in the city of Fort Collins, and now he owns a photography business, and he does a lot of really cool photography. He has cool stories and a lot of shit. But when I was still playing in the bars in Fort Collins music, he was right there front and center for a lot of the bullshit stories that I have. So it should be a good time.
All right. And St. Joe, what you got going on? Nothing? Cool. You know, you can find us at unfpod.com, at unfpod on Twitter, and just go to unfpod.com. We're gonna revamp it for this new thing that St. Joe gave me today. So for Jay, for St. Joe, for the Beebs, my name is the Keb, and we will catch you guys next week.
Get you on the flippity flop.
The opinions on this podcast may strike some listeners as vulgar, offensive, or worst of all, serious. Please adjust your expectations and interpretations accordingly. In other words, lighten the up. For all other concerns, complaints, and court documents, please direct those towards the nearest brick wall. Thank you for listening.